Hey guys, it is Saturday, October 1st. We're here at Katherine Light's The More the Moneyers tournament at the finals. Today we have teams P.B.B versus the Veneration. And co-commentating today will be Katherine Light herself and Cassandra Dragonheart.
Hi, everybody.
Heyo.
The first would be Katherine Light, and the second would be Cassandra Dragonheart. And it looks like the teams have rushed in through the stalls now, so they're getting set up and ready to rock and roll, it looks like.
I think they're probably trying to all get themselves in before this arena area fills up. It's been a problem in every other match that we've had so far, getting everybody into the arena at once just to get into the match.
Mm-hmm. So for those, we'll definitely want an empty realm, and hopefully
yes,
they found one.
Certainly got in, and because as I go through the doors, there's no one there.
Alright, so I'll wait for the word, and then we'll hop in and see this game take place.
The leaders of the teams are asking everybody to wait for a minute before porting into the match. They've had some problems actually loading and getting the players in where they felt it was iffy getting the players in on time. So they're asking for people to wait for a minute before porting into the match, just so that they can for sure all get in all right.
Okay.
And we can understand that. We've had that glitch.
Yeah, so it's brutal to find yourself facing a 3-on-4.
Oh yeah. Luckily we can
Now,
redo it here.
Obviously we just redo the match, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily we have that luxury available to us, opposed to rank. Oh, that was horrible.
Yes. Ranked, you're stuck.
Yeah. There will be a video
Kevin was
uploaded
trying to
about
play
it.
my ice shield.
Trying to redefine the whole meaning around it. So, so yeah, thoughts on the match when we played Veneration last night? Do you have any, Cassandra?
Do I have any thoughts on that match?
Yeah. Like, what were your impressions?
It was more like a legendary match than a Magus match. Adept Magus, mid-level, however you want to put it. With the Plague smokescreen plays versus... It's a lot of legendary play. At Magus, you have a harder time with your power pips, and they were using a lot of pips to make sure that we kept those on us and weakened. So they play very, very aggressively. I would say it's an aggressive defense, and when they were ready to strike, they were ready to strike.
Yep, they were a lot of building pips. I mean, at Magic's level, it's definitely a different level in the sense of that your power pips, as many as you have, may not really matter. I mean, you can have up to 7, not 7, but you can have up to an equivalent of 7 pips, and that would be probably enough if you act as a team to take on another. You know, but then again, it comes down to the damage. I know that it was really difficult because arena gear does matter in the Magus tournament, at least in terms of resist and how much damage that you can do.
Alright, the teams are in, and all members are in, so feel free to port.
Alright, hopping over. Here we go, P.B.B versus Veneration. Let's see how this will go.
Oh, good arena to have this in.
Oh yeah, I like this one. It's great for commentating. So, over on Veneration's side, we have Hunter Mythtamer, Seth Green, Nicholas Lionheart, and Mackenzie Rain. And on P.B.B's side... you want to read the names?
Valkoor Deathbringer, Tyler Thundersword. Excuse me. Yeah, I've got names overlapping themselves. Sean Mythflame and Luis Frostrider.
Luis or Lewis? Wondering. Looks
Well,
like
the Spanish pronunciation is Luis.
okay. I hear that. So it looks like Veneration is going second, I believe. And
Yep.
so P.B.B is already starting off with a nice defensive offense play with Plague right here. So they're weakening all of the other, all of Veneration right now. So they're hoping to hoping to stay in the battle as long as they can, in addition to whatever arena gear that P.B.B has on. And they've also put up a triple blade on Tyler Thundersword, so that's an offensive start right there. Meanwhile, second turn, they've already placed up stun shields on Seth Green, I believe the life player, stun shields and some other shields to protect him as best as they can. There also seems to be a cloaked debuff on top of Seth Green, and an infection goes on top of him. So maybe we'll see what they have there. It's a really nice block, because if Seth was trying to cleanse it, or if one of his teammates were trying to cleanse that cloaked dispel off, they'll hit the infection instead.
Now, in the last match that had, his pet was going off like crazy, so if they've got entangles or infections on him, I wouldn't count on them staying up for any length of time. At one point, I think he had 6 Sprightlies on him.
Yes, I think so too. So it looked like that was one infection. That's interesting. One of the cloaked infection just revealed itself when the other infection was removed. So nice play by Nicholas Lionheart, setting up a smoke screen, you know, from second turn. Not sure what first turn will do, especially when they already have the blades up. And there seems to be a cloaked, is that a buff or a debuff on Tyler Thundersword right now? I'm gonna go check it out. It looks like it's a charm. So whatever they get placed, or actually it might be a debuff. Yeah, it's a debuff with the spikes around it. So Veneration taking their own surprise. Let's see if P.B.B is able to get any of their cards off. I know Tyler was able to place a tower on top of Lewis. Ooh, Sean Mythflame with the blade for himself. Lewis is gonna amp up the defense. Mackenzie showing off her offensive style too, with some blades here to give a little intimidation factor. Nicholas putting up another smoke screen. So I think if P.B.B wants to maybe get a shot out and whatnot, they might want to try to help smoke. And a nice reinforcement play there by Seth, putting up the guidance.
Guidance.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to give his team a little bit of extra edge over the smoke screens.
Yeah, in case in case P.B.B does play smokescreen on top of Veneration, so they have a little buffer against that. So a nice play. Hunter, not sure what he did just now, but he was able to. I mean, he's not going to be able to benefit from that guidance, fortunately. Nice defensive offense play by Valkoor, putting the weakness on top of Mackenzie, noticing her blades. He knows he's got to keep his teammates safe. And here is the counter smoke screen right here. So, expecting that maybe Nicholas or someone else will play another smoke screen on them, they're now giving hope for first turn, by placing their own. Meanwhile, Luce is going to double up on the Myth and Death Shields there, so I believe those will help cover any Minotaurs or any double Myth attacks from Veneration. Nicholas, not playing smokescreen this time, puts up a weakness on top of Tyler Thundersword, noticing that he has some blades on there. They still haven't removed or revealed what that cloaked item is. So that might put Tyler at a small handicap for now until they remove that. Let's see. Yeah, right now, P.B.B has a very strong offensive vantage point here, having no weaknesses necessarily on top of them, other than Tyler here. But as for P.B.B, I mean, as for Veneration, they've each got a weakness on top of them. So let's see. Tyler placing a cloaked object on top of Seth again. Even more blades for Sean Mythflame. And even more defense, an absorb shield on top of Lewis here, protecting further from any damage. Meanwhile, Mackenzie's going to retaliate with the smoke screen of her own to ensure that first turn won't be able to pull off any strong combos, like if they want a quad attack.
And there
from one
goes
of the players.
a plague.
A play to even further weaken them, so nice play. And Blade Storm to help buff his teammates from Seth Green. And let's see what Hunter does. Hunter is adding more defense for Seth right there. So
I'm a little bit surprised that we haven't seen a myth bubble yet. In their first match, P.B.B was very heavy on the offense, and I thought we'd see that going up fast.
Well, with both teams having myth, they may not want to play it.
that's true. Yeah, when we played Veneration last night,
Veneration.
I just tossed all my myth bubbles. I figured, you know, they're going first. They have a myth player. I'm not going to give them that advantage here. And you know, even if you're going first, I mean, and you have two myths on your side, that bubble could hurt if second turn plays more in a more coordinated fashion than your team does. So you know,
And
knowing
there
that,
goes an ice bubble.
Mackenzie's going to put up an ice bubble. So now I think first turn will have to rethink their strategy a bit. You know, what kind of bubble can we put up, and do we want to? You know, I would suggest maybe even replacing that, because this would benefit one of their players. And that looks like a Beguile went off.
Yep.
It certainly did. It looked like a treasure beguile. We shall see what happens here.
So they placed it on Tyler Thundersword, making sure he cannot hit and his teammates cannot hit. So he's the only one that's not stunned at this moment because of the Beguile. The thing is, his teammates now have 5 stun shields to protect them. So we'll see if, I mean, that stun could be a great opening for a short-term move, but if it's gonna pull out into the long game, this could be, I don't know, it could be a little more tedious. But we'll see what we'll see what Veneration does with this opportunity. So right now, if Tyler strikes, he will hit his teammates. So I think he's gonna go for it. He's gonna replace that
Bubble change.
And his other teammates can't do anything right now. So let's see how Veneration takes advantage of this little chokehold. Mackenzie putting out stun blocks so they don't get the they don't receive the same surprise. Even more weaknesses being placed. It's only going to be placed on top of the other players that aren't beguiled, because he's still under that effect. Seth's going to amp up even more defense. Let's see what Nicholas or Hunter does. He's going to add up his blades right there. So taking an offensive pose, and now all the players are free to move. Now Valkoor, if he does anything to Veneration, it will affect Tyler as well. But Tyler and Sean and Lewis are free to use any AoEs as they wish. So most of the time, Beguile would be better placed on the very last player, just to help. I mean, if you're playing from second, placing a Beguile on the very last player that on the first turn team can be a major advantage, because then they have to wait 2 rounds for that arrow to point at the last player before Beguile does wear off. So now the Beguile.
Yes, and he just got another plague on him.
Another plague on.
I am a little surprised
Veneration.
that they didn't take advantage of that stun turn for them to go ahead and hit. I was expecting to see a lot of 4-pip AoEs that turn, and didn't really see anything like that.
Yeah.
I think right now they're definitely, because they have been playing some of those 1-pip cards, I think right now they're not only weakening, but also trying to add some more defenses try to build up pips at the same time. And here's our first attack, our first AoE here, I believe from Nicholas Lionheart, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I
Gonna
believe
strike them
so,
all.
yeah.
So no damage, so nice defense from Lewis right there. He put up the absorb, add on even more shield, so he took advantage of Fortune very, very well. It's harder to pull off a Pierce or a Steel Ward from second turn, because you don't know if first turn will place a shield on top of that absorb.
I'm sorry, if you hear mad running feet, it's my cat. He's decided to go just a little bit nuts right now.
And so that AoE will spark off a few sprightlies for both sides, but not too many. Seth's gonna replace that bubble. Good play. Not allowing the double myth on P.B.B to take advantage of that, so the ice bubble will be up here. And interesting play right there. Yeah, had to remove the bubble, but you know, taking hits from a double myth is much more dangerous than the benefit of your only myth player using that bubble. So good play by Seth there, putting the game back in Mackenzie's favor, or at least the field. So that initial frog, he's going to use some pips, get rid of some plagues, get rid of some shields.
Get rid of some absorbs there.
Mm-hmm. No spread ticked off that round, so that hit was well placed. So, yeah, right now, I mean, right now, P.B.B does have a strong offensive advantage just going first. They can toss out a couple of hits, maybe knock out some of the players who are holding on to their pips. Oh, there looks like
Another
regular
debuff.
plague. Yeah. Here comes the first attack, so it's going to get rid of some weaknesses or whatever they are. So that wasn't a, let's see, if that was a cloaked weakness, that is a cloaked weakness. Yep. So he's got 3 stacked weaknesses on him, 25, 25, 20. Different sorts, so that's going to take it. I mean, his frog is not bad for 200 against arena gear there, with all those blades and whatnot. So nice job by Veneration weakening him enough, but P.B.B also adding to the offense enough to do that much damage still. Now with the double myth combo, they're going to have a hard time shielding up adequately. For Veneration. Another smoke screen to ensure they can't pull off a combo on their side. Looks like there's a retaliation sandstorm. So gonna add some damage in right now. And let's see, let's see if Veneration suspected that and see if they pull off any surprise heals or whatnot. But those sprightlies will come in to help aid them a little bit there, so not too much of a hindsight. Infection coming off. Now the thing is, they do have a death on P.B.B side going first, so you never know when a Beguile will go off either. So I'm pretty sure Veneration understands that, and that they're playing a little bit more cautiously just in case. Because it would really stink if that if they beguiled Hunter and he ends up, with as many blades as he likes to use, as we've seen in the past, he might try to knock out, or he might end up knocking out his own teammates. So they'll have to be careful with that. And here's a frog, so he's gonna continue attacking. But right now, some of Veneration is in the orange zone, missing some chunks of health.
They've well protected Seth, their life player, and he's now free to heal. He has no infections on him currently.
And he's still well protected with 2 tower shields up and a death and life shield. All right, so let's do a little health check on P.B.B here. Let's see how they're doing. Wow, they've taken huge hits already. I mean, they're
Yeah, John's getting pretty far down.
Yeah. I can see that from here. The only one that looks like they're still in good shape is
Lewis. Well
is
protected.
Lewis.
Yep, he's doing just fine over there thanks to all those mist shields that they put on him earlier.
Yeah. Nice play by Valkoor there, sacrificing, getting rid of one of those plagues and keeping his teammate Sean back in business. And they're going to replace the ice bubble in case Mackenzie does hit. So there's a myth bubble out there, and it also may benefit his teammate Sean, who's attacking at the same time.
Yes, and it did.
So nice play. Gonna retaliate. Let's see. Wow, 3 blades.
Ooh, 3
with
blades,
1 weakness.
Ouch.
Yes, this
And a
is
myth
gonna
bubble.
hurt.
900 on Mackenzie. Let's see if the rest of her teammates will foresee that attack coming, and they still have one more attacker on that side, on P.B.B side, Lewis Frostrider. So let's see what he's going to add to the table.
I'm starting to see some red on Veneration side. It's getting a little scary, I think. And Mackenzie's sitting on a lot of blades and a lot of pips.
Oh yeah. Now, what would be really cool to see this turn is if Veneration did an all offensive move, because they might be able to knock out 2 players here. But then again, if they get hit with 2 more hits, I don't think they could really take that. But oh, Lewis going with a defensive move, so that'll give Veneration a little time to combo right
and
there.
it turns
They're
out
not
a
gonna lose
very
any
good
players.
defensive move too.
Put up that ice shield to block against Mackenzie. Mackenzie heavily weakened, but she's still doing around 300 damage per player with the arena gear on. So Lewis doing a nice job protecting himself. But let's see if that solo protection, what he's going to make use of that in the mid game and so on. Because right now his teammates are hurting a lot. There aren't any core defenses on them, and I wonder if Veneration understands that. Let's see if he's going to pack on even more damage, so it's looking really bad for Valkoor and Tyler right now. Tyler's still hanging in there, barely. Valkoor's got 2 sprightly ticks, and he's got about a quarter of his health left. Well, actually, probably, yeah, less than that. So that was only the second play. Let's see what Seth's going to follow up with. I think there was a cloaked, might be infection on top of Lewis, if not a weakness, or even an entangle. And Hunter, he's going to seal the deal, taking advantage of the myth bubble that they placed up this round. So nice, again, you know, that play,
Nice anticipation.
that offensive play that I was talking about. They did it definitely here, and
And it's
And they
enough.
took down
that does
Valkoor.
take out the 2 players. So
Valkoor
yeah, they were
and
right on
Sean.
cue and everything. And like this commentary is on the delays, so I don't think I really gave anything out. So yeah, really, really good planning.
And they took a big chunk out of Sean as well.
Oh yeah. The thing is, the only player that may live right now is Seth. And judging by his pits, he might be able to spam off a few unicorns, but I think as a 2-man team here with what Sean has in terms of damage and his teammate Lewis, I wonder if they'll be able to manipulate Veneration enough. Maybe if he attacks again as a combo, would it be enough to take out Mackenzie, Nicholas, and Hunter? I know Seth is well protected right now, so we'll have to see what they're gonna do.
And we still have that cloak on Luis. Have no idea what that is.
Looks like it's going to be a smoke screen, and it is a smoke, so make sure that this other team can't get any combos off. But without an attack, the Sprightlies are going to recover Veneration's players right now very slowly. Lewis going to take care of his living player, but unable to. I think that was an entangle right there, so
It
nicely
was.
placed. So not able to heal Sean. I think Mackenzie's gonna follow up another Blizzard. Yep, if he doesn't kill me, I'm gonna go ahead and try to kill him. So, tossing out the Blizzard right there. Another 229 to Sean, 222 to Lewis. See what Nicholas pulls off here. He was able to get through the smoke screen. And it's a full-blown
nice.
judge. It's weakened a little bit. Let's see how much Lewis takes. About 300 damage, and now his pet's going to interfere with a small sprightly. So, and he's got a lot of pips. So does Sean. So I mean, if a judge was being shot out, I wonder if Seth and Hunter will attack, or if Seth may throw out a unicorn in case Sean and Lewis from P.B.B. decided to take an offensive route. And it looks like he is going for the unicorn here with the smoke screen on. That's going to make him fizzle. So now it's up to Hunter. Hunter doesn't have enough for an AoE. He has enough for a Cyclops or maybe a monstrous Mythbat. But now he's going to go ahead and protect Seth even further. So now, yeah, both Lewis and Sean are in the red zones right now. Lewis with about a quarter of his health left, and Sean, I'm not even seeing where I'm not even seeing a little mark. There's a little tiny hair of health. So that's how he takes advantage of this. He's gonna play a myth spell, going with the frog, taking offensive.
He's probably gonna take out Nicholas with that frog.
He's gonna try to reduce the number of cards that are being played upon his team. Let's see how Lewis follows up and what he does. So that's another. Some extra damage. No, Nicholas does not go down
Nicholas
yet.
has nothing.
Little slightly in there.
Yeah.
I think if he had attacked last turn, it would have taken Nicholas out.
Yes. That sprightly tick saved Nicholas.
Here comes the unicorn. So now he knows he's not entangled anymore. But let's see. I mean, if Veneration's able to duke out more damage than these guys are getting healed for. I mean, there's a 200 right there around the board, just under 300. If Veneration can top that damage, they might be able to take out the first two players out again. And Mackenzie going in for another hit, another Blizzard right there, probably monstrous. And I think that might take them. Ooh, barely.
Oh, by two.
They took one.
Wow.
They took Tyler.
Oh, they didn't get Valkoor on
No,
them.
Valkoor has got like 5 health left or so. I'm thinking so.
A slightly higher resistance.
Yeah,
him,
it
I'm
looks like
assuming.
it hit him for 272.
Yeah.
And that unicorn
would be
healed him for
3.
275.
I think Seth will end up playing a unicorn in case Nicholas. I mean, if he anticipated Nicholas going down, and Hunter is definitely gonna probably take advantage of the myth bubble. There aren't any weaknesses. There aren't any myth shields on top of P.B.B. right now, and I think if he hits, he might take out Sean and all those pips out as well. Definitely will take out Valkoor and will put Lewis into a very dangerous situation.
And he now has a cloaked debuff on him.
On top
Thanks
of
to
Lewis.
Nicholas, yes.
Wow, nice. So Nicholas might be putting up an entangle on top of Lewis, preventing any more heals. So it looks like Hunter will be, Mythtamer will be throwing out another frog. We'll just have to see what he does. And there's the frog right there. So Valkoor will be going down. Let's see if that will be enough damage to take Sean down as well. And Lewis is going to be a very dangerous situation. If Sean lives, I mean, that could be hope for first turn for P.B.B. because he might be able to play a cleanse at 488. No, that takes him out. So 3 players down on P.B.B. And Lewis will be the last one standing, it looks like, if at all. And he still is.
He's still standing, and he's got a debuff.
That unknown cloaked possible dispel on him, possible infection.
We'll see if Sprightly helps out. Yeah. If Sprightly comes in, then Veneration might be healing again. They'll try to recover all their pips as best as they can and try to take this.
If they don't pack any small monstrous cards, though, he may have a chance to bring back his teammates. They're not sitting on any pips, except for their life player, Seth.
And it looks like the sprightly round is over. So Lewis with an unknown debuff. I think even Seth will have enough to hit along with his teammates if they try anything. If they try any small rank attacks like a beetle or a bat, he might be able to toss in an imp.
He's the only one sitting on pips.
Mm-hmm.
He could actually toss off a centaur if he wanted.
Or even Nicholas might, or it looks like that was an infection right now. He's not fizzling on that spell, and that is the infection, so he's going to try to keep himself up with Satyr. 400 damage, or 400 health, not bad, including his arena gear. But I think right now Veneration will be placing up a lot of debuffs to suppress his heals any further, knowing that they're low on pips, and they don't want him combo healing.
There's the
entangle. I think a smoke screen to place it. Nope, just a wand from Nicholas. So building up his pips and doing some extra damage, which might be negated by that small sprightly right there. And there's the smoke. We'll see what Hunter does. I think he's gonna buff up, get ready for a killing blow. Yep. So if Veneration has enough entangles, it might be able to keep Lewis down from recovering his teammates or recovering himself, while Hunter will slowly build up a strong attack, maybe a Minotaur, maybe another frog. No, he's going to go ahead and shield up instead, and he will get that off. So try to further reduce damage. Interesting and kind of a nice play there, because if anyone hits him, at least he's got some reduced damage. At least he reduced some damage and has a chance of getting sprightly off before he's dead. So that blocked instead of 250 damage, he took 125. Comes an entangle, I think, or a life attack. And then here comes the centaur.
Oh.
The centaur.
He's gonna.
Well played.
He's got just a normal play on top of himself. So here we go. $359 right there. Hunter's going to, I think, follow up, yes, with another frog. So I think this might end it. I think this is the final, so it will go in favor of Veneration. Very well played.
Well played.
Soaring through the match, just playing not only from first, but also taking out the finals, going second. So well done to Veneration.
Very well
really
done,
good job,
Veneration.
guys. Very good game.
It's a very good match to watch.
Really great match. I think if P.B.B. attacked with some more combos, they might have put Veneration into more defensive plays, but I'm not sure if an offensive play from P.B.B. sparked Veneration to think, okay, let's go ahead and attack. They've stopped shielding, they've stopped weakening us, and etc. We didn't see as many smoke screens mid-game when there were players going down, but you know, P.B.B. tried their best, and they put up a strong offense, put up a strong defense, but weren't able to execute it fully, unfortunately. I would have liked to see some beguiles from the death player Valkoor, you know, to kind of trick Veneration into hurting their own teammates, but we didn't see that. But again, very nice play from Veneration's side as well. Strong offense at the very end, but very strong defense at the beginning too. So well played to both sides. Cassandra, do you have any comments on this battle?
I can't add to what you said. It was a very well played battle. I was surprised at the lack of beguiles. We had one coming out from the non-death side, which was very interesting. And P.B.B. just was able to bypass being used by that beguile, which is always nice to see. I don't much care for those when they're hit on me.
Any comments, Kath, on this match?
I'm just happy that we had a good, clean match, and it's always nice to see a win come from second.
Yes, it always is very nice to see a win come
Mhm.
from second, and it feels much more intense when you win from second.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, so very well done. They kept up the offensive. They kept up attacking over and over, or at least Veneration side, and so they were just able to chop P.B.B down slowly, bit by bit. I mean, they have the arena gear, and they had all those weaknesses, including the death weakness, the plagues, and then the treasure plagues. But they cut through that.
So
They just
much more offense.
oh yeah, much more offensive. They're like, you know what, we're just gonna hit what the weakness is. Take the weakened hit, and break the shields for our stronger attacks later on, where
Yes.
we aren't gonna use the blades. And we saw some nice bubble wars going back and forth, and it ended up being the myth bubble that might have added a little bit to P.B.B's defeat as well, kind of ironically. So
Yes.
so that's again like as we said before. Even if you're going first and you have a stacked school and whatnot, putting a bubble that can benefit the other side. I mean, this is a clear example of how it might, you know, how it's a double-edged sword in itself. So
It helps you, but it certainly does help the other side too.
mhm. So that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Magus tournament. There aren't any criticals going off or anything with heals or attacks. So well done, guys.
Very well played.
Congratulations to Veneration, and that will make the more the money tournament hosted by Katherine Light. So thank you, Katherine, for hosting this. That was a lot of fun. We really enjoyed
Yes. It was a
I
lot
had
of
a
fun.
blast. We got to see some really great PvP this time, and I've never seen mid-level 4v4 before. So I just wanted to host this to get the chance to watch it myself.
it. It's an interesting twist, that's for sure. Yeah. It's a lot more pressure. There's a lot more pressure being in the hot seat itself when you're actually fighting out these matches, because you have a bunch of pips to use, but no big cards to use them with, you know. And so you have to start thinking about combos and multiple hits and multiple heals of all sorts to help take things down. So very nicely played by these guys, and hope everyone has a great evening. So thank you once again, Kat, for hosting.
No problem. Have a good night, everybody.
All right, peace.
See you later, all.